Well, I'm disappointed to lose the game. I think it's two games that really hung in the balance. We didn't deserve to lose the week against Armenia, for sure. And I think tonight was probably a game that we started really well. We started really well in that game today, first 15, 20 minutes, and we finished strong. I think the game was very stretched. There wasn't many chances for either team. There's a lot of energy consumed by both teams. We didn't consistently pass the ball well in the match. We had spells where we did well. So we're disappointed. The goal itself is a fluke. It's just a free kick that's took a massive jump off the ground into the net. And but Ukraine have some very good players, and they're a good team. I know they're missing a lot of players, and they changed players, but they still have a lot of good players. Shane Duffy's hit the bar, and Jason at the end. I know we didn't create loads of chances in the match, and neither did they. Mainly, they were restricted to long range efforts. So it was a very even game overall. I felt very even, and we came out the wrong side of it.
Запитання до тренера збірної Ірландії було: ми з таким оптимізмом чекали на цей матч, і зараз ми отримали вже другу поразку поспіль. Які ваші почуття щодо цього матчу? На це тренер збірної відповів: власне кажучи, ми не заслуговували на поразку з вірменами. І так само ми не зовсім заслужили на поразку з українцями. Ми досить добре розпочали матч, 15-20 хвилин було досить активні з нашого боку, ми притисли українців, але потім гра вирівнялась. І ми мали певні шанси, але не використали їх. І от українці використали просто чудовий шанс з вільного удару, і таким чином вони здобули перемогу. Це українська команда досить добротна. Молоді гравці показали, що вони палають бажанням виграти. І, власне кажучи, я ще раз скажу, що ця гра була рівною.
As I said, there was so much optimism going into this tournament. Has it come as a surprise to you, the fact that you haven't registered points so far?
Yeah, no, we would have wanted to do that. We haven't done that, that's for sure. Particularly in the game against it. We always knew Ukraine would be a tough game. They got to the quarterfinals of the European Championships. They're a quality team. We've seen them, their display against Scotland. Obviously, they had different players today. So that was always going to be a tough game. But, yeah, of course we would want points.
Запитання до тренера збірної Ірландії було: чи ви здивовані взагалі тим, що відбулося сьогодні на полі? І відповідь тренера була такою, що ми хотіли, звичайно, виграти, і ми не виграли. І ми, звичайно, знали, що команда України дуже сильна. І попри те, що молоді гравці сьогодні вийшли на поле, вони показали той самий дух, який ми бачили під час гри України з Шотландією, переможної гри у Глазго. Тому я скажу, що це була дуже складна гра.
Damien Spellman, please. Thank you.
You've mentioned you've had a series of narrow defeats. How do you turn those margins in your favour?
Well, getting that first goal is critical. In the game on Saturday, we had quite a few chances to get that first goal, couldn't quite get it. Today, less so chances. We got behind early on with Chidozie and Sardis early on after forcing errors through high pressing, and getting on the sides of teams, and just need, that selection of pass just has to be a little bit better, our cross from those areas. And it's not easy because they're a good team, and all of the front three all played well. Like Jason Knight was exceptional for periods. Chidozie was a threat all night. Callum linked the play. It's not easy against the better teams, certainly. So, I think we probably went a little bit more direct than I would have liked, to be honest, today. We did a bit more direct, with the ball a bit forward too quickly at times, and needed to build up better than we did. We'll have to address that.
Dan McDonald, please.
Stephen, why do you think the team went direct too quickly? Do you
I think they
there's sort of
both teams
panic or-
both teams pressed each other high and left. Both teams really pressed each other high, and they were both playing the same system, so 3-2-4-1, and that was man to man really. And I suppose that Shane went long a lot. We see in space, and sometimes we got joy from it with Chio, 1-on-1, but we're used to building. Obviously, Matt Doherty at times is a bit of a playmaker for us, even coming in, taking the ball in a low block and building through the midfield. But it's just a different. We just have to show a little bit composure in our build in that way, and build better than we did today at times. But I can't fault the players. The players left everything out there. They gave absolutely everything of themselves. Not the players I asked them before the game, to 100% is not enough. We've got to, it's not enough just to give 100%. You've got to sort of extract every ounce of yourself in pursuit of trying to get the result that we needed. And I thought the players gave absolutely everything of themselves there tonight. But just we came out the wrong side of a very narrow defeat.
Would you be worried though if those two results, you were building up a bit of momentum, that it would have a sort of a negative impact on the belief and the morale of the group?
No, I'm just raging that we didn't get at least one win there, which in the two narrow games, and that's you're right. We did build up a right momentum and belief, and has set us back, and so we just have to dust ourselves down and go again. Obviously, I'll have to replenish, and we need fresh legs in the team for Saturday. It's such a quick turnaround, and the matches that was a real punishing match for everyone, for both teams, in terms of both teams were quite aggressive in how they pressed, and so the game was very, very stretched, and there's a lot of distance covered by both teams, and so it'll we have to dust ourselves down and go again for Saturday.
Gavin, please.
Stephen, is this campaign being recalibrated to your relegation battle after 2 seasons?
No, I don't think we're it's. I think we've 6 points to play for in these two games. We've 12 points to play for, in fact. So it's premature to suggest that.
And from what you've seen in those 2 games we've had so far, are you confident you can do that?
Do what?
Go on, get those points with each other.
Well, there's points to be won, and that's certainly our intention to try and do that. We could easily have 4 points here, and we don't. And we only have ourselves to blame in that regard. That we didn't. We don't want to get into the habit of losing matches like we did in the last couple. But certainly, Ukraine have some good players, I must say, and Shaparenko and Sidorčić in the midfield are good players, seasoned players, and when they get control of it, they make you work hard to get it back. But likewise, they didn't really cut us open or have a cutting edge. All their chances were from sort of long range or outside the box, except the one right in the 95th minute, but 94th minute. But they didn't really cut us open either. So it was a very, very tactical battle. There was a lot of energy consumed. It was. But I would like us to establish greater control in some of the matches that in that match today than we did, and we'd have aspired to have greater control than we did in the game. But they are a good team, and we didn't play well for sustain our good play for 90 minutes, and that's Ukraine are going to do that to you probably. So we've got to, we're hurting a bit. We're hurting at the moment, and we don't have time to do. We don't have time for that because such is the quick turnaround here. we've got to get ourselves ready for Scotland.
Okay, the question from here on in is embargoed until 11 p.m.